far beyond the hills and sparkling lakes, where the horizon kissed the clouds, Wing's next adventure was about to begin. It was early morning, and the world was just beginning to wake. The soft hum of the airfield was interrupted by the arrival of a curious visitor, a small boat with shimmering sails, her surface glinting like the first light of dawn. She introduced herself as Pearl, a wanderer of magical rivers and hidden seas. "Wayne," she said gently, "I've heard of your journey to the forest, and how you brought the stream back to life, but there's a place even more mysterious, a place where few dare to go. They call it the Misty Valley." Wing tilted his propeller curiously. "What's there?" he asked, his rainbow wings catching the morning sun. Pearl's voice lowered, as if sharing a secret. "They say a treasure rests there. Not gold, not jewels, but something far greater, a treasure that reveals the deepest truth of your heart. But beware, the valley is protected by riddles and challenges. It will test your courage, your wisdom, and your kindness." Wing's engines hummed softly, the spark of adventure glowed brighter within him. "I'm ready," he said with a determined flutter of his wings. Pearl smiled. "Follow the shimmering river to the silver waterfall. From there, the valley will find you." Wing soared into the sky, leaving the familiar comfort of the airfield behind. Below him, the world transformed. The river glistened like molten silver, whizzing through forests that sparkled as if kissed by starlight. As Wing followed its path, the trees grew taller, their branches stretching high enough to brush the clouds. The journey was peaceful, almost dreamlike, until Wing reached the waterfall. Here, the air grew heavier, a thick mist began to swirl around him. It was not an ordinary mist, it seemed alive, whispering softly in a language Wing couldn't understand. He hovered cautiously, his shimmering propeller slicing through the fog. Then, a voice emerged from the mist. "Traveler, who dares enter the Misty Valley? Speak your name, and your purpose." "I am Wing," he replied, steady but respectful. "I seek the treasure that lies within, the one that reveals the heart's truest desire." The mist shifted, curling and twisting like a living thing. "To proceed," it said, "you must prove yourself worthy. Answer my riddles, for they guard the way." The first riddle echoed through the air. "I sing without a voice, I dance without feet. What am I?" Wing thought for a moment, his propeller turning slowly. Then he smiled. "You're the wind," he said. The mist parted slightly, revealing a narrow path forward. "You are wise," it said, "but the journey has only begun." The second riddle followed quickly. "What grows when shared, but shrinks when kept?" Wing's mind drifted back to the animals in the forest, their joy when the stream returned. "Kindness," he answered. The mist thinned further, its whispers softening. "You have a good heart," it acknowledged. But the third riddle was the hardest. "I am sought by all, but seen by few. What am I?" Wayne hovered in silence, the question echoing in his mind. He thought about his journey, about the stories he had heard, and the wonders he had seen. Slowly, the answer came to him. "Meaning," he said, "you're the meaning we search for in life." The mist stilled, then began to dissipate entirely. "You have passed," it said softly. "Enter the valley, Wayne, and discover what awaits." As the mist cleared, the valley revealed itself. It was unlike anything Wing had ever seen. The sky above shimmered with colors that seemed alive, and the ground sparkled as if made of stardust. In the center stood a glowing tree, its branches heavy with luminous fruit. Wing approached cautiously, his heart pounding. At the base of the tree was a small pedestal, and on it rested a crystal orb, pulsing gently with light. As Wing drew closer, the orb seemed to respond, glowing brighter. A voice, warm and familiar, filled the air. "Wayne, you have shown courage, wisdom, and kindness. This treasure is yours not to keep, but to understand. Look within, and you will see the truth of your heart." Wing gazed into the orb, and the world around him faded. He saw memories of his journey through shimmering clouds, the joyful animals, the kind faces of those he had helped. But more than that, he saw himself not as a small airplane, but as a bright, shining thread in a vast, interconnected tapestry. The orb whispered one final truth. Your greatest treasure is not what you find, but what you bring to the world. The love you give, the kindness you show, the adventures you share, these are the marks of a truly great journey. Wing's heart swelled with understanding. When the vision faded, he found himself back in the valley, the orb now a simple light fading into the tree. He smiled, his wings glowing softly in the magical light. As he took to the skies once more, the valley behind him shimmered and disappeared, as if it had never been. Wing felt lighter, as though he carried not just the treasure of the valley, but a renewed sense of purpose. When he returned to the airfield, the old airship was waiting for him, his eyes twinkling with pride. "Welcome back, Wayne," he said. "I see the valley has shared its gift with you." Wayne nodded. "It wasn't the treasure I expected, but it was exactly what I needed." The airship smiled. "And that is the secret of all great adventures. Rest now. For tomorrow, the skies will call again." Wing settled into the hangar, his propeller glittering like a tiny star. As the night embraced the world, he closed his eyes, dreaming not of destinations, but of the endless possibilities that lay ahead. And so, Wing's journey continued, one flight, one story, one adventure at a time.